Welcome to HortTube. My name is Jim Putnam, and in this video I thought I'd show you around the garden center a little bit. My parking lot is completely and totally overpacked. For those of you who have been following my channel for a while know that I closed my wholesale nursery, which was not far from here, and last summer and fall, and I still have a lot of pieces and they're taking up most of my parking lot. February was a great month and it looked like it was going to just start off, gangbusters this year after a very, very cold January, and that most of these parking places would be cleared up at this point, but they're not because March has been ridiculously cold. Even right now it's 30 some degrees. Beautiful sunny morning, full sun day today, only 53 degrees for a high, 2 days in the 40s this weekend. And then it looks like it's finally kind of over after that. I've started to bring some stuff in. It's just time. I mean, everybody's going to want stuff for Easter, so it's, I kind of have no choice. But really, our frost free date, or our average last frost, isn't until April 20th. So we're still a long way away from that. So people do risky things. You tell them that they probably shouldn't, but they still continue to buy them early no matter what. It's hard to blame them, especially after a winter like we've had. I've brought in a lot of my Southern Living plant collection plants. I've brought in a lot of my Encores. I actually have some new growth on that stuff, so I have it on racks in my shop right now. I've built some spaces for them and some displays for them, and when I get them off the racks next week after it warms up, I'll go through some of those plants. Stuff's even new to me, some new introductions from both Encore and Southern Living plant collection. And I also want to just show you some projects I have going on here. This is where I'm doing some of my testing for the organic weed preventers and weed killers and weed pre-emergence for beds and turf and that kind of thing. So I'm going to walk you up to the road. It may be a little loud up there. And then I have a big landscape project that I'm doing here. And I'm always talking about in my house how much clay I have, and I have poor drainage. And this place is completely and totally different. It's just a few miles from my house. And the area that I have to plant in here is pure sand. I mean, you can take a shovel and dig 4 feet down and have the sand caving back in on itself. In order to build a ditch in the front of this place, they took the farm soil that was here and pushed it up to make that. And so it's just a sandy berm. I've got some Carissa hollies planted up here. They're probably one of the only things that could really take that. I'm going to have to irrigate that space. I've got irrigation here that was put in for the turf. I'm going to convert that to irrigating plants that I put in up there. And I'm going to replace the electric valves that I have up there with hand valves, and so I'll turn it on and off by hand. I'm going to use the electric that runs to the electric valves to put in some low voltage lighting for my sign. My current sign is a 2x3 sign that's completely inadequate for the space that it's in. I'm going to get a 3x4 sign to replace it with. I plan on going through picking plants for this space over the next couple of weeks. I'm going to take out this turf, edge it, and get it ready. The next time you see this space, it'll be edged, the grass will be gone, and then we'll start talking about what plants are going to go there. This is a very tough place to grow plants. I'm going to put down a couple inches of compost and actually till that into this sandy space, and hope that helps to retain some moisture between me irrigating it all the time. A lot of other tough issues with this space. It's in an open area, it's going to get slammed with wind. I'm not in a particularly windy area, but anytime that you have, I'm basically on a corner here with 3 farm fields, and it is wide open. Plants here are going to be more susceptible to wind burn in the wintertime. They're going to be more susceptible to just cold damage in general in that open space like that. And they're going to be more susceptible to heat damage because it's along the road up here, and it really cooks on this parking lot. And just this whole area will be surrounded by asphalt. So a lot of challenges. I'm going to have to pick really, really super tough plants. So we'll go through that before I put the plants in. So back down this way is where I'm testing the pre-emergent herbicides, the organic pre-emergent herbicide and the regular pre-emergent herbicide. And then I'm not treating an area right here. That's going to go down today. This whole area right here is going to become a bed. Here's my very inadequate sign. It's going to move over to here and be much larger than it is now. And all of this is going to be planted space. Over here I have some crepe myrtles and some Carissa hollies. There's a boxwood there. This is all weedy over here. This is where I'm doing the post-emergent weed test right here. That line goes pretty far down that way. I've still got covers out here for all the plants that are on the parking lot. It's been so cold I don't even want to put the covers away. But this bed right here is going to go around this existing sign and then come around where I'm standing right here. It's going to be quite a large area, and it's going to connect over here to this Carissa hollies that run the rest of the way down. There's 3 little spots of those. I'm going to connect all of these beds together into one large bed, and I'm really going to put on a big show up here on the corner and make it look like a garden center. Despite the fact that I have overfilled this parking lot, I did a good job protecting the plants this winter. A lot of nurseries in the area took quite a bit of damage. I really went above and beyond, and I was kind of lucky this year. It's the worst winter I've ever experienced in this business in this area of North Carolina, and I got a little bit lucky because I had sold off so much stuff from the nursery last spring, summer, and fall. I was able to consolidate all the ways in which I can protect the plants. I double covered things because I had extra covers. If I would have been at the old nursery location and I'd have had 5 acres of potted plants or 5 acres of nursery containers, I would have had a single cover for each of those things, and I would have taken substantially more damage. But when it got really, really bad, I was able to go into the back here and start doubling up covers. So that was very, very helpful. So I'm overfilled. It honestly looks like a yard sale, but it's great plants. So it'll take care of itself over the course of the next 4 or 5 weeks, I hope, if it stays warm. So anyway, I look forward to showing you this landscape installation at the garden center, and I hope it will be helpful to some folks who don't have clay soils like I do at my house. So I'll be able to show you how I'll treat soil that just unfortunately drains too well and will definitely cause damage to the plants if it becomes dry for any length of time, and how I'll go about irrigating those things, that kind of thing. And then all the testing areas I'm doing for organic weed controls. I hope that ends up being helpful as well. And I'll show you a few more of these videos during the spring as this place evolves. I'm about 3 weeks from bringing in all the color, and I'll have baskets and vegetable plants and all of those things that people have already been asking me for, or even asking for in February. And don't forget, if you haven't commented on the giveaway video from 2 weeks ago, that giveaway video is going to be on Sunday. You can comment on the YouTube video, you can comment on the Facebook video. It's from 2 Sundays ago, and there was an Instagram post that showed this pair of pruners. If you comment on that, you have a 3rd chance to win. I am doing those drawings this Sunday. Thank you very much for watching.